Hello, this is Gary Marr from Wendell Community College. This screencast is for my CIS 150 online class. And in this screencast, I want to give everyone some help with assignment 3. I have in front of us now the assignment in Canvas. And 3 and 4 are somewhat similar. 3 is a little simpler, and that is our first chance to do data validation with if statements. So essentially what this program is going to ask for is you to key in some information regarding store name, coffee type, and pounds. The data has to be valid. In other words, the only thing it'll accept for store name is Northwest, Online, or Maine. There are the coffees it'll accept, and then the pounds ordered must be greater than 0. Okay. There should be an if statement there that validates the fact this is true. If it is true, it should go on, make the calculation, complete the program. If it's not true, if any one of those does not pass validation, the program should end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a similar program that I created called Wally World Cash Register. And this will be out there in Canvas. You'll see it there as a similar to assignment 3. You've got some identifiers on top. We've got 2 constants. Okay. You've got some displays for the prompt. And then you're going to store price. You're going to store quantity. And then you're down here going to make the calculation if both those values are valid. Now, the validity test is going to be if statements. So what you have here is if price is less than 0, then you're going to want to display an error message, and then you're going to want to end the program. Okay, this is a little bit clumsy in the way it handles this information. In assignment 4, you'll be actually building a much more robust program that allows the user to correct their error. But for this one, we simply want to test it with an if statement and have it go away if it isn't valid. If it is valid, it'll continue to the next prompt. If the next prompt is okay, it'll make the calculation on the price. I've got a similar program over here in Thony. I think it's pretty much identical. And what this is going to do, let me clear this out for a second. What this is going to do is the same kinds of things. My variables are put up top. My constants are right here. There's my input. There's my if statement. I will tell you that Python pretty much has the same kinds of if statement I had in the pseudocode, with the exception of this colon. And then also, anytime you have a block of code with one of the branches or inside the loop, it'll be indented. Now, if this was Java or JavaScript or one of the C family, it would be C#. If it was a C family language program, you'd see a curly brace there, and then an ending curly brace. But Python simply looks at the indentation, knows these codes here, this code statements belong to this true branch. If it's false, it's just going to go on its merry way. In other words, it's got a valid value. But if it is true and price is in fact less than 0, it should give me an error to the screen, and then it should exit the program. Quantity, same kind of logic, different variable. Down here is the actual calculations I'm going to make, and then finally I'm going to display some information to the screen. When I run this program, okay, if I give it good values, 1, 1, it completes normally. If I run it again here with invalid values, I think you'll see the impact. If I give it a -3, which is not greater than or equal to 0, it's going to error. Input error, price must be greater than 0. That's an error message that I created. It's up here. A little different than the pseudocode. And again, what happens is when the programmer takes your pseudocode, they're likely to add stuff to it, and maybe usability, it may be because of the program they're using. But this one's going to simply say input error, price must be greater than 0, and then the program is going to end. The only other thing you could probably put in here that might be useful is another statement that says print that way they know that in fact the program, because it did crash, that was an expected result because in fact of the invalid data. And I'll save that. Let's run this one more time now to test it. Let me give a good value for purchase price. Let me give quantity a bad value this time. Okay, and there's the message for quantity, and then there's the program ending message. So this is very similar to what you're going to have to do with a coffee inventory. And if you have any questions, please let me know.